Alright, boys and girls, it's time for story time. I thought I'd do some different things over here on the channel. I will be playing some games while I tell you a story, because I am full of fucking stories that I really think you guys would enjoy, especially this one in particular, where my friend accidentally drove us into KKK country. I don't know how that happened, but he did. Well, there's the beginning of the story. So, me and my friend are hanging out at his house, and he's like, hey, some girl wants me to come through and bang her out. And I'm just like, that sounds gross, but continue. And he's like, yeah, one of her friends are going to be there for you to hang out and talk to, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just some ugly fucking chud over here, so I'll just go along with this. So, I, we get in the car, we're driving, and then it just turns into trees, like halfway. I'm just like, where the fuck are we? All I see is trees, and it bothers me. So, we get there, and it's just trees. And then my friend has a very specific female he will talk to. They have to be blonde haired, blue eyed. I think he's a descendant of Hitler by some situation. I don't know. Um, they have to wear Ugg boots. They have to have a JanSport backpack, and they have to have leggings. And they have to be dumb. They cannot be intelligent in any way, shape, or form. They have to be stupid. They have to be like Brian's girlfriend from Family Guy, stupid. Okay, so we get there, we meet up, and we're talking to her, and she takes us into the house. So I usually scan a room before I go into a room. It's just kind of one of those things. But I was tired. I was angry. He he lied to me again. So what my friend does is that when he wants to get laid, he'll say if there's a friend there for me to talk to, and I'll just go along and go with him because he doesn't want to go alone. There was no friend this time. He does this all the time. Well, he did this all the time. So what happened was I'm sitting there in a chair. I don't notice a lot of things. So we start talking to her. She's just like talking to us about life and blah blah blah. And then she gives him the let's make our forefathers angry stare. And I'm just like, ugh, alright, just go. So they go in the back room, and I'm just like, alright, so I'm just gonna, relax here. And then I realize I have my phone. And then more importantly, I realize I have a Game Boy. So I'm just like, fuck yeah. So I pull the Game Boy out, disregard my fucking phone for any reason, shape, or form, because I don't think I was able to get any signal in the area anyway, because of all the fucking trees. So I'm sitting there like, okay, it's Super Mario World's on my Game Boy. Like, fuck yeah, let's play Super Mario World. So I'm playing Super Mario World, then I hear a dog barking. I'm like, okay, well, she's a dog, it's barking. It's kind of a thing that happens. Dogs bark at animals, dogs bark at trees, dogs bark at leaves on the ground. So, I'm just like, oh, well, cool. And then I see a car in the driveway. I'm like, okay, there's a car in the driveway. It's either her dad, her grandpa, her mom, or it's a fucking probation officer. I don't fucking know. So, I knock on the door like, hey, 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 hey. All I hear is Aztec screaming. It's like fucking, like, Roman Reigns, that sounds coming out from that fucking room. So they don't hear me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she's faking. And I'm like, god damn it. So I see this man getting out of this car, and I'm like, and then he walks the other way, and I'm just like, okay. He's going to go get a shotgun. He's going to blow our heads off. I've made peace with life. It's all good. So he comes back. He walks up the driveway, sees the car that we came in, looks at it, and I could see he felt some type of way about this car because he spit on it. And I'm just like, oh god, we're all gonna fucking die. Because my friend wants to get his dick wet. It's just, we're gonna fucking die. So, I sit back on the chair, waiting for my impending death. And I start noticing little subtle things in the house, like, pictures on the wall. So I look at the pictures on the wall, and I'm just like, there is a bunch of white people sitting in a group. I realize there's some emblems that I recognize. And, I've noticed on the back of the chair, I didn't notice the first time I got it, there was a robe on the chair. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta pull this robe up. It's going to be like a fucking horror movie. And it's a KKK robe. And I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. So I fucking hammer the door, just fucking, like, straight up shoulder checking this door. So they're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, there is, I look at my friend, I was like, I'm going to kill you when we get out of here, if we don't die already. And he's like, what's wrong, what's wrong? He's like, do you see this? And he looks around, he's like, oh, shit. And she's like, what? And I'm looking at her like, did you not know your dad was a member of the KKK? And then she was like, no, it's just this Bible study group. And I'm like, Bible study group? This ain't no Bible study group. They know what Bible they're studying? The one that burn black people. Or some shit. So, I just fucking just like, okay, we need to, is there a back door or anything? We need to get to that car. And then all of a sudden I hear, a door opens. There is this white man standing in the doorway. I swear to God, it was like Michael Myers standing in this doorway. He was just as tall. And all of a sudden, all I hear is, oh shit, run. So me and my friend booked it. We booked it super hard. We fucking ran. And all we hear is, go get my shotgun. And I'm like, oh my god, no, 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 no. So, this is before I was a horrible slosh person. I wasn't a human slushy. So, I was able to run. I was able to make it to the car. So, I'm just like, fuck. And I look at him. He's naked. I didn't notice while we were in the house. But my friend is naked. It is cold outside. We are in the woods. Trying to start his piece of shit car. So we get there, and we get in the piece of shit car, and I'm like, the car won't start. And he's like, man, I ain't even know like that. I was like, the car won't start. So we were sitting there trying to start the car. He's like, go, fuck, 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 fuck. And the car finally starts, and all of a sudden, boof. His right bumper light, like back bumper light, just comes completely the fuck off. And I'm like, drive. So he's driving, he's naked, he's left his phone, he's left his clothes, he's left everything. So I'm just like, fuck. And I look at him and I'm like, fuck. Why? Why would you do this? And he was like, I didn't know her dad was a member of the KKK. I was like, you need to do background checks on every white girl you talk to from now on. Because I am not coming on these fucking excursions if fucking I'm getting murdered and fucking chased out of the house by a KKK member. I'm not doing it. And he was like, oh, come on, why do you have to be like that? And I'm like, be like what? Personally, I think he would have took his time with me because I am a half-breed, sir. He would have destroyed you. and, and I know that sounds kind of fucked up and wrong, but it's probably 100% true in this case. So, what happens is, like, we get back to civilization where there's subtle racism. So, we get back and I get a phone call, and I'm just like, oh no, this is his phone is calling me, but he doesn't have his phone. So I answer it, and I'm like, hello, and it's the girl on the other line saying he left his phone and his fucking pants and his shirt and his everything. So ironically, the first thing he grabbed was his car keys, which I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. They were right on a table, so I'm glad he grabbed the keys. If anything else, I'm glad he grabbed the keys and we got the fuck out of there. But she wants us to come back and get the phone and the clothes, and I'm just like, nah, you can have his phone. You can change it over whatever carrier you want. I am not going back there. So he convinces me to go back, and I'm just like, son of a bitch. So we get back there, and then the fucking pants are like nailed to like a fucking post at the end of the driveway, and I'm just like, oh god damn it. So we get the pants, we get the stuff, we leave, and I'm just like, we're never coming back here again. He's like, I believe it. Just like Naruto, I am not coming back here, and I believe it. So Long story short of the story, do not go to woodland areas expecting to get laid. It's not good. It won't help you. Alright, guys, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me how you like this story and how much you enjoy the content on the channel. And later.